Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here again. So this week's video, how can we use alchemy to make our life much better? So what is alchemy? Well, of course, alchemy, the alchemists said that they could change using different formulas base metal into gold. But base metal and gold are material world experiences, right? That's the stuff that we see outside in the physical world. And if you think about who you are, you're always an inside world. You're not an outside world. Everything that goes on for you goes on inside of you. Everything you look at goes on in your brain. Everything you hear, smell, taste and touch goes on inside of you. So your entire life is an internal experience. You have absolutely no knowledge of anything outside. You only have your internal representation of the outside. Of course, the outside exists, but you only have an internal representation of it. Your life is always inside. It's always an internal experience. So gold and base metal into gold is a representation, it's a metaphor of what you get in the outside world if you do the inside work. That's alchemy, right? And the main message of alchemy is to change a negative emotion into a positive state. That's changing base metal into gold. Why? Because when you change a negative emotion into a positive state, you feel great. And when your vibrational state is higher, not only does your immune system increase and your health get better, but things in the outside world get better. More opportunities come in, better positions, promotions, all that sort of stuff, raises, more money, all that sort of stuff starts to happen because your inside world is positive and happy. So real alchemy, the real reason, the real way to use alchemy is whenever you're struggling with an internal emotion that doesn't work, you learn how to change your state, right? The first thing to do when you're down is to change your physiology. Put your back straight and smile. Fake it till you make it. Your brain doesn't know that that's a fake smile. It just says, oh, we're smiling now, we must be happy. And it releases endorphins, right? So that's the first thing you do, your physiology. Bring yourself up and just say, okay, if I was happy, what would I be like? Well, I'd be smiling. I'd be looking positively. I know it's easier said than done, but we want to look at how I can change my emotional state from a negative state to a positive state. And the first recognition is that it's only going on for me. So it's always about me. So if I think he or she is upsetting me, then I'm going to have to wait for him or her to change before I feel better. Right? So I'm literally giving my power away to something outside of me. So that's not the way to do it. I've got to recognize that this emotional state that I'm experiencing right now, this negative emotional space that I'm experiencing right now, is mine. It's because of me somehow. So what can I think and what can I do to make myself feel better? Because when I'm in a loving space, life gets better. And if I train myself to be in a loving space regularly, life will get better. Okay, so when I'm down, I need to ask the question, what can I think? So the first, the questions we ask ourselves are very important. What's wrong with me is a really stupid question, because your brain will give you a whole big set of negative answers. Well, there's this and this and this, right? Your brain is just a computer. It's like an in and out computer. You put information in, it'll give you information out. So if you ask a question like that, what's wrong with me? You're guaranteeing a negative set of answers. So what's great about this situation? Now your mind will say nothing. Get yourself back sat up, smile. What's great about this situation? What could be great about this situation? Then your brain starts to look, it's a computer, it starts to look at what's great about the situation. And you move out of the box. You move beyond the limitations of the box that you were seeing life in, because your brain starts to go and say, well, what could be good about this situation? Well, I could do this now, or I could do that now, or all these things are now available to me because that happened, right? What's great about my life? Who loves me? Who do I love? how can I be happy? How can I be happier in my life right now? What can I do? What actions can I do? Now look, the best actions to take to raise your own space is to go and help somebody. Who can I talk to that I can help? Who can I help in my vicinity right now? How can I change my environment to make it look nicer? What can I do that will guarantee to make me feel better? Right? That's such a great thing to do because you raise your vibration. Now, when you raise your vibration regularly, when you do this regularly, everything starts to get better because your vibration's higher and we're in a vibrational match. So everything starts to come back at you in a loving way. Right? It takes some time to get it constant, but that's your work, and that's the alchemical process. Base metal to gold is changing a negative state into a positive state. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.